Get on the floor and start to dance. Give me more, this is your chance. Get on the floor and feel the fire. Take me higher.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Real Swede channel. In this video we do a custom deluxe kayak modification for mounting a Ketch tournament measuring board. We're trying to build our subscriber base, so we're asking that you subscribe. Make sure you comment on this and stick with the video. Watch through it, it's custom deluxe.
Alright everybody, it's Rich Soderquist from Real Swede. This is the sportfisher kayak. We're out in the garage. It's spring, and in Michigan you've got two choices in the winter. You can think about fishing, or you can spend your time on the ice. So I've been spending a lot of time reviewing videos on YouTube, thinking about ways I'm going to customize this bad boy for tournament fishing. It's eventually going to be Julie's tournament fishing rig. I'm going to fish out of it for a little while this spring and try to get it all set up for her. One of the things I've been doing is reviewing a lot of do-it-yourself videos, and we've got a table full of goodies here, and we're going to do something I don't think I've ever witnessed on YouTube being done before. We're going to use some Schedule 80 pipe that has screw-in connections. We're hoping to only use one little piece of glue, maybe a couple, so that this can be taken apart. I've been looking at some different stuff for mounting rod holders, fish finders, and that type of stuff, and my goal is to take this brand new Ketch tournament measuring and basically get it to where I can use it, so I can sit down on the kayak, use my ruler, and be able to take my pictures very simply with a device that's going to hold that and a bunch of other stuff. There's a lot of videos out there for this kayak where they're mounting rod holders and different devices here, and we'll share the love with some of those guys as we go through the video, and we'll get you a complete list of this project. But one of the things right now I'm doing is I'm trying to take like this collapsible calendar board, and we're going to utilize it to be our mounting device, and then we're going to try to make this to where everything screws together to where you can pack it out and it'll be portable for your tournament or portable for any adventure you're on. It'll come in handy for a bunch of different stuff, and as we roll through the video you're going to see what's going on. I will also have a complete list of all the products, where you can get them in the cost, and basically I'm trying to deck this kayak out for under $100 for the back rod holders, this front rod holder, and all my transducers and everything that I have to have mounted. So I'm gonna get started with this project. I'll fill you in and keep you posted on how this all goes together, and then we'll make the list for you products to buy. So stay tuned, because this is gonna be quite interesting. Okay, so I've actually taken some pre-measurements. This is for outdoor use, and it's gray, and I like it because it's going to be a little bit more stealthy, and it's going to come apart. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to get the platform. So I'm going to screw these together and make it to where it's not super tight, because I want to be able to, you know, break it loose later. And I've got a 90-degree elbow and a riser here. This is a 3/4 inch by 12 inch PVC riser. This is going to be a 3/4 inch by 6 inch PVC riser. This is all 3/4 inch. This is a 3/4 inch screw-in cap, and I'm going to highlight all this stuff at the end of the video with pictures on where you can get it. Now I'm taking actual pictures of the bins, so you'll be able to see everything, and do a nice little product list. This is basically going to come across like that. So there's going to be two of these. Already got the other one assembled. And it may end up being that these just pull apart like this and go in the bag. You know, I'm trying to make it to where I can get a tournament bag or a little waterproof bag that I can store all of this in. I'm also going to make it to where the calendar that we're going to use, the mounting board, is open here, so I can still maybe put a big thing of water in there. I've also got some other holders and some other devices I want to stick in there, like storage units. So these are going to form the bases here, like so. These are going to come across like so. These happen to be, I believe, 18-inch risers. Gonna end up being about this. We may actually end up cutting some of this and gluing it, but it's going to be a minimal what we cut and glue. Like I say, I think this whole entire project is maybe going to take an hour. That's one of the things you see that kind of miss the mark there. That's one of the things you want to make sure when you're doing Schedule 80 screw and PVC. You want to make sure that this stuff is fitting right. It does not always fit. So you'll get home and you'll have this stuff that's burred up or it's just not quite right. So I have pre-fit everything in the store, actually in Menards. I pre-fit everything just to see if it would screw in, and I found at least a half a dozen pieces that had been banged up or were just undersized or oversized that did not fit right. So keep that in mind. Pre-fit everything, especially if you're going with the screw-in stuff. Pre-fit everything. That way you're not disappointed when you get home to do the project. So you're starting to get the idea that this is actually going to mount across like here, form the basis for our platform. These will be our uprights. Alright everybody, it's Rich Silderquist from Real Swede. I'm trying to let you see how this is going to go together. One of the plans for this is to make it as user friendly and easy to take apart as possible. So I've went with Schedule 80 PVC piping, and it's from Menards. Basically I purchased mine from Menards. You could get it in any Home Depot or any of your bigger lumber stores, and I've never seen this done on YouTube to where for this particular kayak we're taking a platform that is utilizing the screw-in type of Schedule 80 to make something along these lines. I've witnessed a lot of the glue-in different PVC projects that are out there. I'll share some of the love with like do-it-yourself, DIY Kayak, and some others that I've been watching as we go throughout the video. But right now I want to make sure that you realize that I'm trying to make this portable, trying to make it easy for my spouse to use, trying to make it easy for my kids to use, myself to use when we're tournament fishing. And I also want to be able to remove it from the kayak in case I want to utilize this for a two-person. It is designed to be a three-person kayak, although I don't know how you'd ever do that. Two people work great with it though, especially a smaller child and maybe a handicapped person or something along those lines. It's a pretty stable kayak. In fact, they build it as one of them that you can sit on the side and not tip over. Pretty good sized guy. 230, and basically this is pretty good. I mean, pretty good for me. I'm setting it up for Julie though, and setting it up for the kids. I'll be fishing a few tournaments out of it this year, and so I want to make sure that I'm setting it up for something I can use as a backup kayak. And so that's where we're at. Stay tuned. I'm going to start to put this together and just kind of let the video roll and do some explaining as I'm doing it. But I wanted you to get a good idea of what's going on. As the video unfolds, I'll explain to you more what I'm trying to do. Basically, I'm trying to get a mounting platform for the different devices I want to put on this. It's very hard to mount anything on this kayak that resembles like a yak track or any of the tracks that are out there. So I want to make sure that I'm getting something that I can mount rod holders to. And I like the PVC rod holders. I just want to go a little bit more professional with maybe some Scotty holders And I also want to have a platform for my Ketch board, which is outrageously expensive. So I'm going to mount it here and mount it there to where that thing never goes in the water. So that's what I'm going for, is a nice stable platform to take pictures of my fish during a tournament outing. I'm all new to this kayak stuff. I love bass fishing. So you're on the journey with me. I'm kind of learning as I go. And I'm going to do videos on everything kayak that I find out there. And so come on along for the journey. I hope you like the video. If you do, you know, I always like to say give the subscribe button a smash. And we'll keep going. Thanks. So I want to pull this together and take a measurement. Looks like about 9.5 inches is going to pull this together nice. 9 3/4 would work, 9.5 would work. I'll say 9.5. And so we'll split the difference on that and see what she looks like. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the difference I need, I'm going to cut this and then put the coupler in the middle. That's the only piece we'll have to glue, so we'll see how that works out. Okay, so I've got these mounted. This is the only glue-in piece I believe I'm going to have to do in order to get this to work. So I'll cut to fit, get this as a platform. That'll keep this nice and tight. These come out. See, these are 3/4 inch holes, and I'm just going to have to really kind of give them a mount, and then they'll be tight together like that, and the pressure of this will hold it all together. So I'm going to make sure I get a nice tight fitting, and this is going to form a base of our platform. Okay, so I've decided to do 5-inch piece based on the fact that I have to insert it in the coupling and glue this one piece. So I'll measure out approximately 5 inches, and I'm going to try to use my cutters, and this may be an epic failure, but I'm hoping not. I'm thinking they'll handle it. These are pretty good device, but you need to be very careful with them. You do not hurt yourself, right? So what I'm trying to do is give myself a little bit more room. When I glue that on, I can bring these together, right? So I'll put this one in here and glue it, and I'll make up the difference. It doesn't have to be exact. So I'm going to glue this, mount this in. I'll get right back with you. Okay, so I ended up making one 5 and one 3.5 inch piece here. Now, one of the things I have realized is that you're going to want to make these the same. I've set each one for 11.5 inches. That's just for right now. And notice how I've kept this assembly tight. So that's what the finished product's going to look like. It's going to give us a platform here. Now this will come across here eventually, right? We're not by any stretch of the imagination done. I'm just trying to get this all correct, laid out in my mind. Before I start gluing, I'm kind of doing test fitting. Alright, so we did a lot of measuring, we did a lot of cutting. You can tell by our waist that we had to get the sizes figured out. One of the things we've done, take a look at this. This is kind of the finished product, getting closer. We went to some T's, we went to some connectors similar to this to get our width right. Everything still comes apart really nice, and it actually is going to be very nice to take in and out. You could just take it in and out and throw it in the truck if you wanted. or you could take it apart here. I'm probably only going to end up with 2 glue joints here and here. A couple are similar to this one, just for the center. This stuff will come apart easily and we can throw it in a bag. I'll just glue one side of this more than likely. Depends on how it ends up turning out. I may make it something I just pull out. But the idea was to be able to adjust it for the length and get something that's going to be really sturdy. I like the way that this is turning out. It's going to give me a solid platform. I may end up putting a couple of swim floats or something on here just to take up a little bit of room. We'll see how this is going to end up mounting the screws. One of the things I really like is these are going to work out just fine. You can slide in and out from the side. Or I'll be able to put a tall bottle of water in there. That was kind of my goal. Plus I'm thinking at some point somewhere along here will be a GoPro mount. So somewhere in this vicinity will be a GoPro mount. I may keep this to where it could double as a rod holder. You slide the rod in and out here while you're taking a break. But of course there's going to be rod holders mounted up here and the catch board mounted here. So we should be in good shape. This is going to be kind of cool. Depending on how this all ends up being, the idea is that. So then hopefully attaching and laying down in here, we'll see how this all comes about. But so far I'm pretty pleased with the way it's turning out. I mean, the stability of it is what I'm looking for. So we'll see. Stay tuned. Alright, let's walk you through the finished assembly before the cutting board goes on for the surface. We got a cap, a riser, a 90, a cut to fit, a coupling, a cut to fit with screw ends in both. See, they got the screw ends in both. The T's, 2 T's, here and here, a 90, and a couple of risers. Now everything had to be cut to fit. But basically the dimensions are going to be about 12, give or take, by about 19 for all of those. A little over a foot. A little over 19. That'll give me the room I need for the 20-inch cutting board or so. So, sorry for that shaky video there, doing it by myself right at the moment. But basically 12 inches by 19 inches. And then it's going to be 11 inches wide overall. Okay, so I've decided I'm going to screw this in with some number 8 by 1 inch stainless sheet metal screws, and it'll be about a number 32 drill, 116 thousandths or so, a smaller drill. Found some industrial strength Velcro looking for the rest of it, so we know where that's going, right underneath that catch. Alright, so trying to utilize what I have, okay? Keep the dollars low, see how this all turns out. Alright, welcome back. I was thinking maybe an hour and a half, 2 for construction. And in case you don't know what an hour and a half to 2 hours worth of construction in Swedish and Polish terms are, and I can say that because I'm primarily of Swedish and Polish descent, it's about 2 days. So take your pick. We have installed some screws here and here, a couple in the middle and a couple up front. I drilled and countersunk them a little bit. It's pretty heavy but soft material. I know that cutting boards are pretty sturdy, so I'm thinking we're going to be okay. Only thing I'm a little concerned about is maybe catching line on this, but maybe I'll put a little dab of caulk. It's just made it sit real nice. I've also added a little bit of pool noodles underneath it just to keep it quiet and take up a little bit of space in here. I think we're still going to be able to utilize this for a lot of things. I've been looking at some really nice products for mounting, yak tracks and other different things that you could do with this. I haven't quite decided on the product line yet. There's so many out there, but I will share with you what I do. Right now we're getting close, getting real close, and so far I'm real impressed with the stability of this for what I want it to do. So we'll see. Stay tuned. It's looking pretty good.
Alright, so this is what the finished platform looks like. Everything is available from your local hardware store, big box stores like Menards or Home Depot, Lowe's, that type of thing. It's basically Schedule 80 screw-in pipe. We ended up with 2 end caps, 8 risers of various sizes, 4 90-degree elbows, 2 couplings, 2 T's, and a couple of little screw-in adapters. We ended up with one platform made out of a cutting board. That was about $10. The total price of this was under $60. Here it is in use at the Nickajack tournament in Tennessee. I ended up with a nice Atwood rod holder that I added to it that you can get at Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Stick with the video through to the end. You'll see a nice preview of the fish finder and the rod holder. I'm going to produce more videos for this so that you can do all the modifications we've done to this, including the trolling motor. I'm going to have a bunch of really nice trolling motor mount videos for this kayak. Please share, subscribe. It's always appreciated.
Alright, we're getting there. So just so you know, I never pay full price, and if I do, I feel like I've been cheated. After Christmas special, Myers in Michigan, clearance $59 from $119.99. Nice little 3X DSI fish finder. I think it's going to be perfect for the yak. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Alright everybody, I'm at the Raccoon Mountain boat launch, and if you haven't had a chance to see how the kayak turned out pretty sweet. It's a basic setup. And you hear in the background that annoying beeping sound means they're getting ready to release some water, so it's going to start really flowing here in a minute. You can see the current's pretty good, but St. Clair, Lake Erie, no big deal, right? So, see how this all pans out, but I wanted to give you a walkthrough on it. I don't have the fish finder mounted basically because right now I'm just goofing around, getting up into the shallows a lot. So, alright, we'll keep you posted. It's been working out pretty good.